Hello, welcome to another episode of Chat and Chew. I am Gigi Naval, your host, and I am here with another set of amazing nutrition and dietetic graduate students from Loma Linda University. Let's get to know them. First, let's talk to Brianna. Hello. Oh, yep, Brianna. I was looking at Shannon and I said Brianna. Brianna, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Oh, I'm so happy to have all three of you here. Where do you come from?
I was born and raised Redlands, California, and then when I turned 18, I hightailed it to Los Angeles. I was there for about a decade, and then I got brought back to Loma Linda University, my old stomping grounds.
Wow, what were you doing for a decade?
I was running around the entertainment industry. My first degree was in film, media theory and criticism, and so I was all over the entertainment industry, on sets, in management offices, everywhere I could be.
Wow, what a fun job.
It was very entertaining.
Yeah, there you go. And so you currently work at Sprouts.
I do. On the weekends, I work at Sprouts. I do pricing, actually. I change the prices throughout the store, so very familiar with savings.
Yes, you're perfect for this. So what is a question that customers at Sprouts ask you that's kind of like interesting to you nutrition-wise?
The most common one is definitely, is this good for me?
Okay.
And to be clear, all food is good.
I like that.
So I always enter
love that
into the conversation, and it's just talking about moderation, how we form our meals, what we want to make sure that we're getting all of our nutrients in, not just a few, so it's all about variety and balance, but all food is good.
Yes, I love that so much. Thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
All right. Hello, Kathleen.
Hi
there. Where do you come from?
I am from Lemoore, California, so the Central Valley, smack dab in the middle.
Wow. Okay, very good. The question I want to ask you is, if you could go back to your teenage self, what would you tell yourself?
I would tell myself to eat lunch because I always skipped my lunch because it wasn't cool to pack your own lunch. And my dad, let me tell you, my dad made us gourmet lunches, my sisters and I would not eat because I was too embarrassed.
You were too embarrassed?
Yes, I know.
Because it wasn't cool to eat.
It wasn't cool to bring your packed lunch. And they were like fruit salads and cheese and crackers and beautiful decadent sandwiches.
Yeah, not just peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Exactly. I know.
Wow.
I look back now and I'm like, what were you doing? But,
Aww. Wow, but how wonderful that your dad was doing that for you and your sisters.
I know. He's a gem.
Love it. Thank you. And last but not least, Shannon.
Hi.
Hi, you're the one that comes the farthest.
I'm definitely not from California.
And where are you from?
I'm from across the country and from southwestern Pennsylvania.
Ah, okay. My, oh my. That's really far.
It is far.
Yeah.
Over 3,000 miles.
Oh, mercy. So my question to you is, what is a personal favorite nutrition practice that you always do every day?
Well, me personally, just because of an intolerance, I actually try to stray away from gluten. But I definitely have to include my fruits and veggies every single day.
Okay. Excellent. I love hearing that. That's encouraging to those who hear that.
Absolutely.
Oh, wonderful. So today's episode is called Healthy Savings. Can't wait to hear what the ladies have to say. So, ladies, where do you actually begin with savings when it comes to food shopping? Where do we start?
Well, especially if we're sticking with a budget, which most of us do.
Yes.
We want to go to our local grocery store and pick up our weekly ad.
Oh,
definitely.
look at that.
This is where we start. Pick up your grocery ad and then start planning different ideas of what you want to make for the week based on your ad.
That's a great tool.
For example, our food demonstration today, everything that we have on our table, we purchased using our ad. I think we spent less than $13.
Whew.
And we're going to make 3 meals for you.
3 meals. Okay, I can't wait.
Easily purchase everything you want on one ad for a whole week's meal.
Is that so?
And last but not least, after you plan your meals, you got to make your grocery list.
Okay.
That way, when you go into the grocery store, you stick with your grocery ad. That
There
way
you
you
go.
don't have any cravings come over you, because
It's
before you know
true.
it, you're picking up popcorn, you're picking up ice cream.
Especially when you go on an empty stomach.
Absolutely. And before you know it, you're $20 over your budget at the grocery store. So make your grocery list, get in, get out, saving some money.
That is awesome. I love that. That's great. So then how do you meal plan for a day?
So when you're looking at a whole day, you can get overwhelmed if you're just like, this looks good, you know. So what we say is start with dinner. That's kind of your heartiest and heaviest meal, and that
Okay.
could probably be the most out of your budget.
Yeah.
So when you're going through the ad, looking for what would be good for dinner and how can I put these together to make a full dinner. And then from there, you can kind of see, well, I got this for dinner. I could also use that the next day, leftovers for lunch. And then you can make your lunch thinking ahead. And then from there on, you can even use whatever's left over from that for breakfast.
Oh, that is so cool. I love how it all connects. So there's no waste.
Yeah, and we're going to demonstrate that with everything we got from the ads.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. So then when you do go into the store, how do you save?
So one reason, or one way I guess I save, I definitely look at the ad, like Shannon said. The ad, it helps you vary your diet as well. So then you're getting different nutrients, maybe trying some new foods, but looking at the ad is definitely one way that I personally save. Do you guys have other tips?
I'm the same as Kathleen. I mean, you can see me every single week. I'm like running through my grocery ad thinking, what can I make this week?
Oh, how fun.
Definitely with like my different proteins, my grains, and try to check out what produce is on sale. And then also, I personally like to shop in the bulk section.
Okay.
Because you're gonna get a lot. It's more like bang for your buck. You're gonna get a lot for probably a better deal.
It, you know, it does allow for a lot of creativity, doesn't it? Yeah, that is great. Okay, so my next question is, when you're planning a specific meal, what do you need to look for? What should I look for?
Right, so that's a great question. One is definitely your budget. You really want to watch your costs, keep them minimal, and like we said, going off an ad will help. But then another way is using the resources that we already have and making it nutrient dense. And so the USDA has something called My Plate, and it kind of emphasizes a healthy diet, but it's tailored to your preferences, which is really nice. So there's 5 different food groups that you want to kind of fulfill on My Plate. The first 2 are fruits and vegetables. You want to make sure that half of your plate is fruits and vegetables. That's about 2 cups of fruits a day, 2.5 cups of vegetables a day.
Oh, that's easy to remember.
Right? And then the third group is grains. Like Shannon said, getting a variety of grains is great. We want about 6 ounces of grains, half of those being whole grains. So things like brown rice or quinoa or whole wheat. Those will be your ideal grain sources.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not hard at all. These tips are so doable.
But we're not done. The 4th group is proteins.
Not done.
Yeah. Can't forget about your proteins.
Oh no, especially protein.
Yes, we want about 5.5 ounces of those.
Okay.
Whether it's tofu or beans, you can have fun and play with it. And then finally is our dairy. We want about 3 servings, which is a cup of low-fat or non-fat milk, maybe a couple ounces of cheese.
Okay, that definitely rounds it out.
Yes.
Could not stop before that. So I love that you did the whole plate there.
Yes.
Great. Thank you. So, but you know, a lot of people say, and I've heard this, and I do wonder about this, isn't shopping healthy really expensive though? I mean, how can you shop healthy on a budget?
You know, from the outside, especially when you're getting into eating healthy, you might say, wow, all this stuff, it's gonna cost me some money. But there are different tricks that you can look for going through the grocery store.
I like tricks.
Don't be afraid of frozen fruits and veggies. Absolutely.
Yes.
Go through your frozen section. You can get a ton of frozen fruits for pretty cheap. It'll stay in your freezer for a long time, and you can just make smoothies out of those. And you're still getting the same nutrients that you are in the fresh fruits as well. And also, most grocery stores, the perimeter is, like Kathleen said, your fruits and veggies, your dairy, parts of the My Plate. So you want to stick to the outside. And going along with that, we want to stay away from our highly processed packaged foods, which are normally in the inside of the store in the aisles.
Okay.
And the reason for that is, you know, you might it might seem appealing because you get a box of cereal, you get some popcorn or some chips for maybe $2 to $3. But if you head over to the produce section, you might be able to get a cucumber, a zucchini, a tomato for the same exact price. And then you're holding these in your hand saying, wow, it's the same price. I'm going to go with the healthier version.
Okay, that's a good exercise to keep in mind when going shopping. But you know, I've been into some nutrition stores, which we love, and then it's like, oh, but that healthy food item is really expensive. Like chia seeds, I've seen them like really pricey. What do I do? What do we do when we see something like that? But we know it's good for us.
Yeah. Well, the thing about like chia seeds is that those aren't like a one item, one use item. It's going to last a while. You buy these things more likely in bulk. And when we define healthy, it means that it's nutrient dense. So it's going to fill you up quicker than if you went and got those potato chips. Because let's be honest, who stops at one portion of potato chips? But one portion of chia seeds is going to go a lot farther. And it's also going to make your dollar go a lot farther. It's the same thing with like flour, rice, peanut butter, nutrient dense foods.
Okay. Well, that's a really good tip to keep in mind as you're going shopping. So it might seem like it's pricey at the beginning, but then in the long run, you're actually getting it for more than just a few days sometimes. Okay, that's great. So then the next question is, if you saw a sale, how do you know that this sale is a good deal?
That's a great question because grocery stores and supermarkets, they can be tricky. So you want to pay close attention to the deals, and if they are really deals, you want to take advantage of them. One way I do that is by becoming a, whether it's a rewards member or downloading, a lot of places have apps now that even have digital coupons, and you can kind of see, oh, it originally was this much, now it's this much. So there's a clear savings there. But then also being familiar with your grocery store will help a ton. So I have a couple stores that I like to bounce around at because I know this store has a cheaper product compared to this store. So for some, that's not very convenient, but if I have time, that's what I try to do. And then finally, there's something called the unit price. And so this is where you take the weight of the food, or the cost of the food, divide it by the weight, and that gives you a price per ounce. So say you have 2 cans of tomatoes. One's a bigger can, one's a smaller can. You're like, oh, what do I use? Like, which one's cheaper? What's a better deal? Well, if you divide the weight by the price, then you're going to, flip-flop it. The price by the weight. Then you're going to get a little number. You're going to compare those two numbers. Whichever one is cheaper or less, you're going to want to choose that one because that's a better price.
Oh, I love that exercise. Now, the thing is, we all have a cell phone that's a smartphone actually, and they all have calculators, so there's no excuse that we can't use that little exercise that you just told us, that little calculation, to figure out how much.
Very true.
And so we can all do it. And it's not hard math at all.
And it's even the grocery stores, Bree can tell you this, they even have them there for us. They're right in front of our eyes.
Pricing girl.
Right in the corner usually. So you have the regular price, and then in the corner it'll say price per ounce or price per fluid ounce or whatever the item is.
That's great.
So we don't have to do it ourselves.
Don't necessarily get distracted by the big sale sign underneath, because those can be really tricky, because you're wondering, is it worth it if it's 2 for $5? Do I actually have to buy 5 items, 2 of items to get it for $5? So it's you kind of have to read this fine print and check the unit price to make sure.
Oh, wow. So that's what your job is also?
To be tricky.
To be tricky. Okay, there you go. Wow. So how do you navigate the ads, though? That's my question. Navigating the ads.
Well, since we have an ad right here.
Perfect. Yes.
Most of the time, your produce is going to be on the front page. So we really want to stick with what kind of fruits and veggies do I want for the week that are on sale. Like, for example, with our food demo we have here, we purchased an avocado, we got the green peppers, got limes, then we also got a pear and onion. So we definitely checked off the produce section. And then you just have to think, okay, what else do I have to fulfill? We have our dairy that we still need to do. We need our grains that we still need.
Okay.
And we see we have some eggs. We purchased some eggs. Then we have cheese. It's somewhere on here. Might be on the back. So then you just flip it over.
Right.
And here we have some tortillas, which is our grains. And we got cheese. You just fill in, like going along. Okay, what's going to be nutrient dense? And just browse through your ad.
Okay. That's really simple enough.
Very easy.
It just takes like a moment to go through it, but it's really easy. Okay, so ladies, I'm going to turn the time over to the three of you because I want you to show us some amazing things with the budget of, what was it again?
It was less than $13.
Less than $13. Okay. The rest of the show is yours. Take it over, and I'm going to come back later.
All right.
I
We're
promise.
looking forward to it.
All right.
All right, let's take it away. So our dinner for tonight is going to be tacos. Who doesn't love tacos?
Can't say.
I don't know anybody who doesn't love tacos. So here we have some corn tortillas, which obviously is our grain. And these ones are actually, they have a good source of fiber in it. So it's going to be really good for our digestive system. And just because we have a stove in front of us, we're going to heat them up because who doesn't love a warm tortilla? We're just going to let that just hang out a little bit. And we're going to talk about, we have our black beans here. Black beans, you know, they're canned, they're cheap, right? And it's a great plant-based protein. I believe the black beans that I purchased have 7 grams of protein in just a half of a cup.
That's
so
awesome.
we're getting a great source of protein. They have 5 grams of fiber, and the fiber recommendation for adults for each day is like 25 to 30 grams. If I just eat a couple of cups of beans, I'm going to have a really good digestive system going.
Yeah, that's a good fiber day.
Definitely.
Right? So what else do we have here? Who doesn't like peppers?
Love them.
Love peppers.
I think they were even on sale for 2 for 1, so we got an even better deal.
Yeah, even better deal. I'm going to heat this up a little bit more.
And those beans, that's just not 1 serving. So 1 can doesn't mean 1 serving, right?
Absolutely not. Half of a cup. Just maybe
Little
a
handful.
It's about a half of a cup.
Awesome.
Yes,
Goes a
we
long way.
definitely
Yeah,
don't
that's
want
a
to
long
eat.
way.
This is a whole can. I believe it's like 15 ounces.
Okay,
So gives you a couple of cups in the can, definitely.
great.
All
That's
right.
a couple meals, a couple dinners.
Absolutely. So this is, I would say, warm enough. So we're going to get our base of our taco. We're going to start out with some beans. Again, great source of protein. It's our major source of protein in our dinner tonight.
Can you use other kinds of beans, do you think?
Oh, absolutely. My personal favorite is doing a sweet potato black bean taco.
Ooh.
That one's good. But I also
good.
like pinto beans, chickpeas,
Yum.
the great northern beans.
The Great
Any-
Northern.
Any kind of beans really works.
Yum.
And then we're gonna add some sauteed peppers and onions because I personally love adding sauteed veggies to my tacos.
Absolutely.
Gives me
too.
more of a fajita vibe.
That
Very
could just
authentic.
be next. Yeah, that could be the next night's
That
dinner.
can be tomorrow's dinner. Absolutely. Then let's just add some cheese. Cheese is also, it's our dairy, and it has a little bit of protein in it as well.
Yum.
Then we have our Pico De Gallo. And here we have some onion, tomato, cilantro.
My fave.
Ooh, yes.
When you do any sort of like Mexican dish, you gotta add cilantro, right?
I agree.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And some lime to top it off. A little bit here. Next, we're gonna add guacamole.
Yum.
Obviously, near and dear to my heart.
You can't
Right
have
here.
tacos without guacamole.
Absolutely. So here we just got some mashed avocado, a little bit of red onion, a little bit of lime. There's no tomato in here, even though if you do want to add extra tomato, go for it. But it's already in our Pico de Gallo.
Yeah.
Right?
Perfect.
So a little scoop guacamole really tops it off there.
So colorful.
I know. Wow.
It's all colors of the rainbow. And last but not least, we
More
said we love cilantro.
Yes.
So boom, add some little extra cilantro, top it off.
Ooh, and lime maybe.
Sure, Let's
That's
do
my
some little
favorite.
extra
Work it all.
lime.
Work it all.
Just squeeze a little bit on there. Just gets on my shirt a little bit, but that's fine. It happens when I cook. I'm a messy cook.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's okay.
I understand. Me too.
Top it off with some lime. And we have a freshly made taco.
Beautiful.
dinner.
That
how
looks
pretty
delicious.
that is.
Great.
That
It's
does look really
perfect.
good. Well,
But what are we going to do with all these leftovers?
let me tell you, I'll take care of them. And I won't eat them all, but this is just a way to maximize what we have and, make a new meal and be creative with all of the things that we've found in our ad. So let's pretend it's the next day and we have all of these ingredients in our fridge and you're hungry at lunchtime and you see salad ingredients. I mean, who doesn't love a good taco salad?
Oh, absolutely.
Right? So all we have here is some cut and washed romaine lettuce. You can do this a couple ways. You can either use the ingredients that you used straight from your recipe last night, so whether they're already cooked or sauteed, just throw them all on top, or you can use fresh ones for more of a raw kind of salad if that's what you like. I'm gonna go ahead and just use these cut ones. Take a few bell peppers, sprinkle them all over, and then I like onions for a little bit of a bite.
Oh, yeah. So for bell peppers, like, is green your go-to color?
You know-
Or do you like, what other color bell pepper do you like?
I love the red and orange ones. I think are sweeter. Same with the yellow. So it depends on what you want. For I think this kind of salad, I wanted something a bit more bitter, and they were on sale, so we'll go with that.
Absolutely.
And then I'm gonna do a bit of tomato, a little bit of lime, probably 2 slices because it's gonna also kind of act as our dressing. Just get a bunch of juice on there. And then I'm even going to add some guacamole.
Got to get that avocado in
I
there.
know, it's so
Definitely.
good. More pico, which is more tomatoes and onions, but nothing
But
wrong
that's
with
fine.
that.
You know, it's seasoned with a little bit of lime and cilantro.
There you
so
go.
Perfect.
Extra
Extra
cilantro.
cilantro.
Extra cilantro.
And then some protein with these beans. And here we have a beautiful salad. And that took maybe,
Yeah.
30 seconds
30
to whip
seconds
up?
to make.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
too, I mean, you can even take like all your extra tortillas that you have, you can drizzle a little olive oil on them, put them in the oven, and you can make tortilla chips.
Yeah,
Easy.
it could be like a
Yeah,
little
just-
dip.
Perfect.
Totally. So not only is this bowl, fast, it's cost effective.
It's beautiful.
It's nutritious. Yeah, thank you. It's beautiful. But it's very nutritious. It's very colorful. So romaine is actually a good source of vitamin A, which is good for cell growth, if you didn't know. And then our onions act as a prebiotic, so they're going to feed our good gut bacteria. Tomatoes are a really good source of vitamin C, and they also contain an antioxidant called lycopene.
Lycopene, I know
Yes.
that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Which can help fight cancer and heart disease. Then our green bell peppers, also very high in vitamin C. And our cilantro has vitamins A and K in it. So you have a very nutrient-dense meal right here.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think we got the whole alphabet of vitamins.
Right?
I think
In
so.
one ad.
Go us. But we still have so many leftovers. So Bria over here.
Well, what are we gonna do? So we've got some leftovers, and one of my favorites, early morning breakfast, is some scrambled eggs with lots of vegetables. And so I'm gonna actually start with a little bit of oil. Is this hot enough? Can you help me out, girl?
Absolutely.
Just a little bit
Turn
of
up the
oil.
heat.
What kind of oil is that? Just olive oil?
It's extra virgin olive oil, I
Extra
believe.
virgin olive oil. And we're just gonna spread it around the pan. And we'll get some veggies. So I like, well, everything here, to be honest. We've discussed it so many times
There's so
that I'm
many
like, I'm really
choices.
hungry
What-
now.
what do we
So I
wanna
think we're
make?
gonna start with some of the chopped bell peppers, because we talked about how great they are. Just a few. Sizzling? Is it sizzling?
Yeah, we gotta get
Hey,
the
I
sizzle
hear it.
going.
I hear
Here we
it.
go.
Yes, and then we'll throw some onions in there. Ooh, I love that sound.
I know.
It sounds like breakfast.
It does.
Perfect little breakfast. And then we decided to mix it up a little bit, and we added eggs for breakfast. And I like eggs too because, like beans, they're an inexpensive protein. And so I've got 2 eggs here, and then I just took like a fork and scrambled them up a little bit. And so I'm just gonna add them here with all of my little vegetables simmering.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah, the
here
sizzle.
it comes. Yeah. So if you have time in the mornings, this is, a perfect kind of sit-down meal where you can sit down, read your local ad for next
Yeah,
week.
for next week.
And meal
Start
plan.
getting some ideas.
Start getting some ideas and remember how great this one was. And the cool thing about eggs too is that, like with all other proteins, but obviously there's a lot of protein, but there's also your minerals in there. You've got a great source of iron and zinc and copper and even some, vitamin D in there, which is, from the sun, but also you can get it from your eggs. That's very helpful.
So it's okay to eat the egg yolk.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The yolk is perfectly fine. There's benefits to all food. Once again, just moderation is key, balance is key. Maybe we don't want to have eggs every morning, so instead of having eggs some morning, we can throw in some potatoes with our vegetables.
yeah.
And then
Sounds good.
And then if you wanted that extra protein, you can throw in some beans with those potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
And that sounds like a fiesta in the morning.
That does.
Absolutely.
A breakfast fiesta.
It's Cinco de Mayo every day.
Yes.
Definitely.
There you are.
Oh, my nose is leading me to the kitchen.
Yeah.
I need to be
Throw
here.
some
My nose is telling me I need to
on
be here. Ah, wow.
Smells good
We
in
have
here,
quite
huh?
the spread.
It does. It smells amazing, but it looks amazing too.
Good.
Wow.
I'm just giving you some
throw
extra
some
lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
What would you
start.
like to try first?
Well,
Do we want to go breakfast, lunch, dinner?
You know what?
lunch,
Let's
breakfast?
do dinner, lunch, breakfast.
Dinner,
Alright.
lunch,
Yeah.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Make your way to the
All right.
taco.
Okay, I'm
Come
coming
on
over here.
over. We're gonna
So
taste
I
our
have
taco.
shrunk in this episode since all of you ladies are much
tall.
taller. Yes.
Is it everything you ever dreamed of?
Absolutely.
Oh yes.
The flavors, how they've all married into each other. It's just so delicious.
Who doesn't love a good taco?
I know. And with a lot of guacamole.
Absolutely. The more
That's
the
what
better.
makes it.
Yes.
Definitely.
I'm loving this. Awesome. Okay.
And here's basically a lunch taco.
Lunch. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Mix it up. Make sure you get
Yes.
a bite of everything.
Yes. But, it's so pretty. It's like I'm not sure if I want to eat it because I don't want to mess it up.
You could take a picture before.
Yes.
Post it on your Instagram.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I shouldn't talk with my mouth open.
It's okay, we forgive you.
No, thank you. What was the dressing?
Dressing is simple, just limes and a little bit of Pico De Gallo.
Pico De Gallo.
And it really is powerful with the Pico De Gallo.
Definitely.
And the lime just gives it a kick.
A little extra zest.
Some zing.
Okay. Yum.
Yes. And
And
then
last
we
but
have
not least.
breakfast. And you can definitely add some cheese or cilantro on top of that as well. And we definitely made sure to put our little fruit pear in there because
how
fruits
sweet.
are just as important as vegetables. So.
You're absolutely right. Okay, boy, I'm really enjoying
warm.
this.
Nice and hot.
Yeah.
Freshly made eggs.
Wow.
There's nothing better in the morning.
It's so delicious and light. Ladies, thank you so much. Isn't this amazing? You can go shopping on a budget by looking at your weekly ads. So everything that they have said, take it to heart and practice it. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Chat and Chew. And until next time, eat well in order to live well.